It's the Wednesday edition of the Situation Room on Mainland 98.3 FM, the sound of Lagos. You're welcome, and we are grateful for your time today, as always. If this is your first time encountering the station or the program Situation Room, you join the Mainland. Eventually, we would open the lines, of course, to get your thoughts on the Senate's performance, how you feel they should prioritize their responsibility moving forward, amongst many other things. And this is me providing some sort of brief summary into what you should expect as you come along with us on the program, the Situation Room on Mainland 98.3 FM. As much as we can, we try to accommodate every single person, whether or not you're listening via your radio or you're outside the country. Not to worry, we are on social media, so you can very well join us on Facebook and on YouTube, where we stream the program live. And the beauty of that particular platform is, as we proceed with the conversation, you can definitely jump on our streaming platform, use the live chat option and drop your submission. But then again, as much as we cannot take those submissions immediately, we have designated time to take your opinions soon after we get through the interactive session that we have with our guest. And speaking about our guest, well, on today's episode, we would be joined by Barrister Tunji Abdulhamid. He's a legal practitioner, he's a consultant. We would have conversations about their recess and all the plans that they have moving forward, and maybe even highlight some of the many events that we think they should place their focus on as we grapple with difficulty across every sector of our economy. Once again, I am Sage Babalola. This is the Situation Room on Mainland 98.3 FM, and like I said, plenation. Good evening, sir. Thank you for joining us as always. Program about the resumption of the Senate. Since July, they've taken a recess, and they finally resumed, I believe, yesterday, and they've highlighted all of the things President Godswill Akpabio. They've been criticized rather heavily over the last 16 months for what many would describe as a faux bills that they have proposed and assented to, the bills that have been shelved. And in fact, only recently, the now pardoned Senator Abdul was suspended appraisal of the operations of the 10th Assembly so far.
Yeah, I think I don't know what to even say about them, rather than say that this National Assembly has not shown any character in terms of thinking about the National Assembly led by Senator Akpabio. It's not long, I don't even know which adjective to use. It's more than what do you call them? This adjective they use. It's more than that. I don't even know what to say. In fact, it's like an agent. Subordinate of the position of the commission has been set aside, and they now run like in fact they run as a department under the executive, because sometimes it's sad that and without our National Assembly there's no way we can progress. There's no way, because and that's why most of the bills and I see this Fabio National Assembly as a disaster as far as I'm concerned.
All right, well, let's get into the crux of the conversation. 7 weeks or thereabout of recess since July, and asked the president to go on ahead and start preparing to submit the 2025 budget, the new medium-term expenditure framework, and also the fiscal strategy paper. They've spoken about the fact that they would pay a lot of attention to the cost. First of all, what are your thoughts about the length or the duration of the urgent issues that should be focused on?
Yeah, to them that's significant, because they don't have any other purpose. They don't have anything that has to do with people. What they are after is about fueling the progress of the president, as far as or progress of the APC, interest of the president. Whatever that will fuel the progress of the party, APC, is what they will be doing with. You can see when they don't have object. The one that were already that has been passed. In fact, as currently we are operating three application bills. Three. I've never seen that before. Under one regime, we are people is running. Another one was president. They are all running. So as far as I'm concerned, have you interrogate or ask questions as to the performance of the one we are running already? No, I tell you, just put it down. This budget will come either late in October or early November timeline. And Nigeria too, we prepare timeline than thorough job. We prepare a situation where seeing people doing a thorough job. And ensuring that things are done the way it should be done. And that was why of you here. Can you confirm, or can you tell me with your sincere mind that you went through this budget? That are going to get things they want to do again in terms of personal preparation of budget is important. But for me, they need to do more than that. That is not objective. They don't have any other thing. I'm not surprised. They don't have any other major business to do that has to do with people for them to spend.
Barrister, we will still talk about the budget because there's a lot of accusation core focus now that they have resumed. They also spoke about constitution. Revision around that has been the members of Senate and the political class basically are the largest beneficiaries of all of the lacunas in the constitution. If we trust them to make these corrections, how can we trust that they would indeed make these corrections if all the issues...
No, any other person to do that with than them. That is our core responsibility. You know, as a National Assembly, they have two major responsibilities. One is to make law, the other one is to represent, and the other one is to what's it called? Check and balance. What is it?
Oversight function. Yes.
Those are the two major responsibilities they have. So, so making law and amending law is part of their job. So there's no other person that can do it. In any way, I also believe that, in as much as I agree, that we have lacunas, we have inequalities, that we have so that even the constitution as it is today, if you implement it, it's still any problem. In fact, as far as I'm concerned, that because we don't play, and that's why you see sometimes they do duplication. There are laws already that govern everything. I don't see why people should be talking about a law to be in existence. Everything that has to do with the discussion of election, everything that has to do with killing people during election, or obstructing, they are covered by law already on ground. But because we are lazy and those who are in charge are lazy and they just want to be said, and again, because the yardstick to determine whether if you are making assembly to determine whether or not you are working is how many number of bills have you promoted, how many number of whether the bill is relevant or not. Rather than ask questions, the bill you are promoted, how effective has it been on the life of the people? How you only propose a 3-year application, you only propose a motion. They don't count everything, and that is the yardstick to say whether you perform or not. But some people will come and I've done it. I have sponsored 30 bills. I have sponsored 50 bills. What are the effects of this bill I have sponsored? What benefit are they brought? What positive benefit are they brought to the country? Talk about governance, and we talk about government is doing well. We must see the lifestyle of the people must change. As long as that is not happening, they are not doing anything. As far as I'm concerned, they are just on paper. Whatever they say they are doing, I see that basically on paper. So the issue of amendment, as it is today, there is no other person that can do it, and that's why I am not even a supporter of that new constitution or whatever they are saying. If you want a new constitution, what's it called, a new constituent assembly or something, there was an assembly constituted that produced a document. Let them go and look at those documents, because most people and look at the one that is relevant today, because all of them are not relevant in our society today. And after that, rather than bring out another new people to come and do another document that will be listed, and then money will be spent. For me, it's not about the constitution, whether they amend the law or that or not, whether there is no amendment, that's proper implementation and enforcement. So that's the area we should be more concerned about. We don't have a institution that is strong. We will not be allowed to be influenced by certain people. Until we have that kind of institution, we can't move forward. It's not a cause.
Right. Well, there is going to be the inauguration of the committee that is meant to probe, and we understand the consequences of oil theft, and because of that, the Senate did decide.
Have you ever had them mention has anybody been arrested? Have you seen any prominent Nigerian arrested to say, look, these are the people? It's a lie. They know what they are doing. People behind oil theft are people in the country, because stealing oil or our oil is not a moment thing. It's not a day. It's not a small job. One what do you call? Is it a small car like this, and then you want to? You have to call with major. I'm not talking about those three cars that they will come out and say they carry 10 gallons, or 3 gallons. No, I'm not talking about major oil theft. I'm not. Can you get any result from that?
Well, for those of you just joining the program,
nobody can tell us. Even the president, who is the commander in chief, who is in charge of everything, does not know. Or maybe these are the areas, no transparency, no accountability. As long as this continues, we will continue to hear also.
Well, the Senate have said that following their resumption, they are going to be focusing on issues of investigating and probing oil theft. They'll be focusing on constitution review and the 2025 budget. Yes.
Forget probing. Let it come out. It's not the same. The one they were doing. How many people have we seen from National Assembly has needed a positive result? When the current president was being put, it ended with off your mic. And he gave that thing. Let's go to the committee and say you are approving. That will be the end. Forget, I will not be deceived by them saying they want to prove anything. They are not doing anything. They are just on their own. They just want to take their own part of that from it.
The dial is Mainland 98.3 FM. The show is The Situation Room. The topic, plenary resumes, the responsibilities ahead. Barrister Tunji Abdulhamid is here with us virtually, of course. He's a legal practitioner, a consultant, a notary public, and a public affairs analyst. And together we're talking and having conversation and how they intend to tackle these issues. I just highlighted all of the matters that the Senate has promised to look into. I'm Sage Babalola. Don't forget, we're streaming the program live on Facebook and on YouTube. You can join us at this very moment. Mainland 98.3 FM is how you find us on Facebook and on YouTube, and you can use the live chat option to drop your submissions. We're not taking phone calls just about yet, but soon enough we'll open the phone line so you can also opine on this subject matter. Now, Barrister Tunji, I did highlight that the Guardian newspaper had a lot to say about the Senate. The Guardian, I beg your pardon, the Senate has been ignoring certain reports that have been put forward by budget regarding duplications of items, and they highlighted all of these duplications and these allocations that are very questionable. For example, millions of naira were allocated to a cocoa research institute in Ibadan to procure motorcycles in Osun State. They were given about, I think, 200 million naira for classroom renovations in River State. And then you start to wonder what exactly the Senate does when they claim to scrutinize the budget that are centered to that budget, or the Ministry of Finance and Budgeting that rolls out or disburse these funds.
I think I will blame the National Assembly more, because the responsibility of the National Assembly is to scrutinize budget and test the executives for whatever that is wrong that is not proper. So what we see is that it's of the budget, and when we send back to the president, after adding their own, and the president will sign. So I will blame the president should be blamed, and then the National Assembly also be blamed, because even there is an alarm. What happened? What ended it? He was suspended. What do we do as a Nigerian? Nothing. And the man is back, and nobody is able to talk again now. So for me, if anybody, they are achieving their objectives, they are achieving their aim, because I don't believe that God has given us the power to be able to do, to diversify and to identify the National Assembly as well. And then the president is that, look, for people who come and say, this everything inside it, I didn't know the president. So if those the appointed are not doing the right thing, I are not getting results, or we are getting bad result, outcome, well, the president will still have to be blamed. You cannot get outcome. So the president is fine in any way. He even signed it, and I know as a lawyer. So having signed the document by the president has admitted that I confirm that whatever is the cabal, this and that. No, I can't take that, because if the president is doing well and we are praising the president, the people will not say no, don't praise the president, praise the cabal. It's clear that there are a lot of padding. There are money that are assigned without hanging. So many money that is hanging. These are clear. These are there. People. They need to listen, because they deliberately put it there. And the president, we have to scrutinize it. Whether it's 1 million or 150 or so, it is his job. He has to do it. So yeah, that's why you have advisors. And if the advisors are advising wrongly and he's taking their advice, I will not blame the advisors. I will blame him.
So do you think we're glossing over this? Because if these accusations are true, the operative word here being if these accusations are true, know that before the budget is approved and then finally assented to by the president, there's an entire session where intensive. So what exactly is the point of that lengthy session of spending money, of the Senate sitting and listening to the MDAs?
National Assembly and the president at the beginning have admitted that they are complicit. They allow it to go. So I have blamed them. But the major blame, like I said, go to the president. they have their own. They are all everything. They even share it equally. The National Assembly and the president, they have to blame. There is no other person that can be blamed for that. And I admit that the National Assembly cannot be exonerated. But ensure that Assembly does not go contrary to the Constitution and does not do things. They have not done that. They are conspiring and part of it. But like I said, it is not only them. The president, the number one culprit, and then the National Assembly, the accomplice conspirators.
The Guardian newspaper did draw our attention to a report that the EFCC and ICPC put forward. Accused projects or the execution of consistency projects it doesn't have anything to do with the Senate. It's actually not their responsibility. But this is a very sad reality that we've adjusted to. You would see a member about these accusations, first of all, and the processes that should be instituted.
And they are now part of our system. These anomalies of the consistency project started during the without missing any work. The way of guiding the National Assembly made those who execute this project, and indirectly the money will come back to them. So it's an abnormal. In fact, it's not even I told you the other in our society, in our country today, we don't because we have no Nigerians who don't even understand the governance or the way the system works. A person who goes to our assembly or who goes to the National Assembly, the question that will be put to him is, how do you do our rules? Can you do it for us? We do it to right. And ask question, put pressure on them to ensure that it's done. Now, it's not his responsibility directly to come and execute it. Then what do we see today? That's what we see. And in fact, hopefully, when the amount that will be attached to your name will depend on your caliber or the level you are at the National Assembly. So, in that means the project that on paper, not even know by their constituency. It's not known by so they can't praise it. They can't tell them that they lie with the money. Even though they will tell you I will win because it's coming from me. It is project. So it must be the one that will win. So that's the way we are. It's abnormal, and that's why you see our constitution. There's no way where it's stated that constitution as a security force to be doing to government. It's been given to them for years. Nothing has happened, and they did. Today we have people in charge who call themselves who are there. Yes, there's nothing bad one when you say I'm the first lady and I have an office. Ask for that office. That is illegality. In fact, we have even taken it to higher now. We now have office of the student of the president. Because the situation whereby the president of the president will carry our national asset. That's our represent. The people will line us and start taking them, welcoming them. Those who call governors will line down and line up for the children of the president. The new one that was introduced in this regime is that of the office of the children of the president. And I tell you, that means we break the wall and we'll move on. We're in that category. So for me, as I'm concerned, the National Assembly, all these people we are talking about will not be an issue. The issue of office of what the budget or passing or borrowing money without any detail as to how it should be we have a National Assembly that will compromise. That's why this particular National Assembly and the last one, they are the worst.
Here with Barrister Tūnjí Abdulhamid, we're talking about the National Assembly and all the things that we expect from them, sort of scrutinizing their efforts so far in 16 months and all of the changes we require of them if truly they're serious about executing from their people. We spoke about bills being sponsored, and a number of these bills, to be honest, you would wonder if these an utter disconnect from their people. There's actually been conversations about the likely instead of 0.5% from electronic transfers, it will be 0.00 illustration. We have senators that don't even live with the people that they're supposed to be representing. They don't know the specific problems that they have. How exactly are you supposed to represent a people whose peculiar problems, whose peculiar needs you do not understand?
Everybody, whatever their interest is the interest of everybody. And that's why you don't see any of your constituent representatives come to be able to push for it. They don't come. They just on their own think of what and what they can use to do politics. And say that is they don't care about the interest of those they will call and it's not automatic. We are not saying you can't save our head behind us. Whenever you want to do anything, you must come to us. Ask us questions. this is what I want to do, or this thing is coming up next week in the National Assembly. What should be my position? Then we don't see that. Rather, they prefer to go to the party side. We don't have people at National Assembly who care about the people, and that is happening because of their backing. They have the giving mandate. Most times they don't give any mandate. The mandate was given to somebody else on their behalf, on his behalf. So and that's why sometimes when we are voting, most people who don't even know who and who are out of assembly members who are contesting. They don't even know who is the House of Rep and Senator who are contesting. They only vote for that party, and once they vote for the party, or not even party sometimes, the Baba in charge of the area or of the state or whatever, or Baba said, Baba directed or Baba Sokrae, they go to that line and they vote, and people don't care. So, and that's why you think that the person who gave them the backing is satisfied with whatever they are doing. They don't care about you. So they only want to satisfy the man who gave them the opportunity to become what they or whatever. Just few people in the country. In the situation where they will vote, out of you see the last election in the district, we are told they have about 80 people elected them. That speaks to the fact that look, people us that were not there, we are not doing our responsibility. They blame doing our responsibility. We have all faith in discharging our responsibility the way it to be done. National Assembly member, House of Assembly member, even the governors, all of them don't care about you. They only care about if truly we have a free and fair election. Some of them cannot win partnership election in their area. Yes, they become governor because they have backing, they are satisfied, and they win. And once as long as those people are satisfied with their performance,
the point of view or the perspective that a lot of these individuals days ago were forced to put out a template for those who want to recall their representatives at the National Assembly. In fact, people were sending guidelines. So do you think that maybe if people become very serious, that has been explained by INEC, have these individuals removed and vote are expected to?
It is the part of it. Those who are in charge, who gave them the mandate. But like I said, in quotes, like I said, the mandate is not powerful in their area politically. The one once they accept that they have the support or attempt that have been made to do. I think I remember there was an attempt to recall J. and then one other, I can't remember. By Aябᴜᴜ. That was how it felt. If it's really by the people, they may be able to do it. Then I doubt. From the program created by those leading them, I think 10 people that will be supporting them. I would make it may not be able to get anybody the call as far as our laws. Because it's like you are doing like election. In fact, you have to ensure that if you want to recall anybody in your constituency, statutory. All the statutory in your constituency must stand. How do you see them? How do you get it? How do you gather those posts or people together? In a country whereby what are they giving us? So that is the situation whereby you don't want to recall somebody and you don't have the money to recall. You won't be able to get it through. So for me, that people as of today are asking in it how to remove the legislator. When you have a constitution, when you can read a right, when you can even Google it, he will give it to you. So people are still writing letters and asking questions from INEC as to how do we remove how do we recall our what's it called, our legislator. It shows that we are not serious. It shows that we are not even too enlightening. These are things you can just Google and then they will give you answer. And then you get everything and you know what to do. But how do you do it? It's money to recall a legislator. If you want to recall, even if the former governor of committee that has money, he was unable to do it because he was smashed by the money of the other party. And then everything was covered.
Barrister, a lot of times when people talk about that the APC does constitute the majority at the National Assembly, but I think that the one distinctive feature at the National Assembly, and most people still that's why I say prominent, right? Prominent parties represented as opposed to what we used to have in the past. And most people would say, oh, it's an APC thing. The National Assembly is not functioning right because it's constituted by the ruling party. But then, is this a party thing? Because we do have individuals, they're more than the ruling party if you do the aggregation and the numbers. So why are they so quiet about all of the things that they're uncomfortable with at the National Assembly?
Firstly, I'm not trying to give excuses for them.
Right.
You think they say we are passing democracy. Even though I don't believe that we are passing democracy, I believe we are just passing civilian rule. In democracy, and as long as we have people in PDP, ABGA, what's it called again?
We have the NNPP,
yeah, and whatever, Labour Party. As why the president will come to National Assembly and the entire National Assembly will be thinking on a money to stand. That shows that you have to examine the president. You have to ensure that the president does not go the other side. And you are standing on his mandate. Are you going to get results? No. Because already you have said, look, whatever you know, them are still romancing with the APC. Some of them are not, some of them are romancing with the party in power. And again, some of them want to be relevant as National Assembly. Because they believe that once you are not aligned about themselves. So what I'm saying is that in essence that because they don't have the interest of the people at heart, because they are only concerned about their personal interest and political interest, they will not do anything different. Even if it's about just making noise, so that people will know that minority, even to protest it, or they not support it. But you see a situation about almost 70% or 80% of them who agree whatever has gone on in the National Assembly. In fact, the National Assembly, nobody has been able to come out among them, whether PDP, Labour Party, or YPP, or majority of them are not saying anything, because they see that a caucus that once you are National Assembly, you must align with whatever that is there. In fact, they see that they tell you when was the time of Ningi, his time was that he did not come out inside to come and discuss. He went outside to discuss issues that should be discussed within the caucus of the party of it. It was a query, and that was it. And nothing, and it was sanctioned. Nothing happened. Nigeria did not do anything. Somebody, those who say you are fighting for, so some of them will go there. Let me go join them, and that's what you see. National Assembly. When you want to do a low ranger or low point, and again, we people from outside, we take our position based on that. Those who like and those who don't like, or the party who like or the party who don't like. It's not about our national interest. It's about if somebody I like is in power, whatever he does, I think that's good. If somebody I don't like is in power, whatever he's doing, I don't see anything good in it. So sometimes we are not doing enough job to even put them in check. So I say, you see, as long as we have people who don't have that interest of the people at heart. The only time recently that we saw a National Assembly that looked like National Assembly was when Dr. Bukasa was in power as the president of the state. There even at that time, but today, it was very less that people now realize that the man was working for them or was working for the country. While he was there, it was his fraud. He was the one that is not allowed the president to do anything. That was the one that is frustrating all the effort of the president. Meanwhile, he was asking the right questions. They will not approve it, and people will come and say, this man is frustrating us. When he was there, they will not pass target until all the head of agency or ministry were there to defend. Nigeria was saying he's denying it, that is not allowed them to pass it at December. Whether solar, and then that December, passing the December that is now an achievement. As far as government is concerned now, to meet the January, December, target. So we are not helping issue too. Those of us outside, we are not helping issue. When people who are going to do the right thing are there, we see them as a bad person. And when they are no longer there, we now begin to say, oh, we now have a bit confidence that this current president will do 1,000 better than the former president. But today, in fact, people are asking that we should go back to where the Buhari left us. It's sad that we're in this circumstance.
We're streaming the program live on Facebook and phone lines, and also take your messages. For those of you who are just tuning in, well, you've missed a lot, but again, the beauty of our social media platform is that you can watch this particular session or episode anytime you like. You can watch from the beginning till the end, and even still interact with everyone who's commenting at this very moment. So do well to follow us on all our social media platforms. My name is Sage Babalola. It is the Situation Room. We're talking about the work on the many issues that we have bedeviling the country at this time. Barrister Tunji Abdulhamid is our guest for this evening. Now, we've been picking his brain on, sort of appraising the National Assembly, how well they've done and how well they should begin to do. He's a legal practitioner, a consultant, a notary public, and a public affairs analyst. We're due for a break in about 6 minutes, but then let's take advantage of the time we have left before that break to have a conversation about the Senate. We're demonized in a manner of speaking, and I know that a Senate president is, of course, supposed to, there should be synergy between the Senate president and the executive, but is allegiance that should not happen. The Senate president or the National Assembly as a whole should not be played by the executive. What do you think, first of all, about the Senate president and some of the comments he has even made? We've heard things like, well, this particular far, what does this tell you about the kind of alliance that exists between the National Assembly and the executive?
Good leadership in the National Assembly as of today. The Senate president as of today, with due respect, is not acting as he knows his responsibilities. He does not even show that he has the capacity to be a Senate president. That's why he's acting in that manner. That's why when people are protesting, and they are hungry, we don't recognize that. Only that the only position that has to that is right. When we want to pay our school fees, we don't have money, give them rights. My child is sick, he wants me to give him rights. I need to child in our classroom are protesting, will be in our houses eating. You can see a leader that you can see. So for me, talking about the president or even the question you ask me, if I want to ask it, I answer the question directly. I'll be insulting the president, and I don't want to do that.
Well, Mainland 98.3 FM, the stand that synergy, working together is something that is in actions that have been taken by the National Assembly and specifically the Senate President. Well, the answer to that question is yet to be seen or yet to be that break. We would open the phone line, would also take contributions via our social media platform, would also read text messages as well to hear what you have to say about the National Assembly, the recess they have taken, the items that they have promised to immediately get on, which is the Constitution review. We're still currently running about 3 budgets: the 2023 budget, the supplementary 2023 budget, and the 2024 budget. Something that a lot of experts have questioned, especially with the extension of budget implementation to 24 months as opposed to the 12 months that we were running on previously. Let's take this break. Of course, when we come back, we'll have Barrister Tunji Abdulhamid join us once again to take contributions. And if you would like to ask questions directly to the barrister after the headline news at 5, a few commercial breaks, and then we proceed. Don't go anywhere. We are the Sound of Lagos.
I wish there were other ways, but there's not. If there were,
in our quest to bring to the table issue-based conversation around nationhood and development, we have made 4 to 5:30 p.m. Monday to Friday the perfect time to welcome you into the Situation Room as we continue to build the narrative about public service and accountability.
Mr. President, this Senate needs to know. Mr. President, this Senate needs to lend its voice to the plight of these people. Mr. President, there is nowhere I can say it except here. This is why I'm elected. If I cannot say these things on this floor, sir.
From those they voted into office.
Look at us, man. There is nothing. We are starving. Tinubu should please do something.
It's also important to having a Nigeria of everyone's dream. Join 𝐴̀kínyòdé as it takes to task seasoned analysts, opinion makers, business professionals, and politicians on issues around politics, policies, governance, and leadership. Every Monday to Friday from 4 to 5:30 p.m. on your super dial. Mainland 98.3 FM will welcome you next as we discuss the situations.
When the airwaves in your market become more and more crowded, it's here.
On Mainland 98.3 FM, the sound of Lagos.
When the airwaves in your market become more and more crowded, It's time to break it open and really stand out. Broken Air is here
on Mainland 98.3 FM. The sound.
8.3 Mainland FM.
Good evening. Headline news on Mainland 98.3 FM. My name is Omobola Sandra. Court adjourns alleged money laundering case against ex-Kogi Governor Yahaya Bello to October 30th. Senate screens Kekereekun for Chief Justice of Nigeria post. ASUU threatened strike, gives federal government 14-day ultimatum. On the foreign scene, Ghana braces for nationwide lockdown amid escalating illegal mining crisis. Zambia's president suspends 3 top judges amid allegations of political interference. In sports, AFCON qualifiers, Libya appoints new coach ahead of Nigeria clash. That's the headline news on Mainland FM. Details at 5:30.
You're listening to Mainland 98.3 FM. The sound of Lagos. Guys, you need to check your NIN status. I cannot say this enough because the next batch of barring will start again soon. I know some of us have submitted all might be different from the one on your NIMC portal, or you got married and changed your name, or another person registered your line for you when you bought it, or you mistakenly used the wrong date of birth, and many other reasons. But don't worry, MTN has made it easier to link your NIN in just 2 minutes from the comfort of your home, office, or while you are on the move. No need to visit MTN office and join the queue. If you use a smartphone, you can visit nin.mtn.ng or dial *996*4# on your MTN line. Just follow the instruction and you are done in under 2 minutes. Remember, barring will start again very soon. Link your NIN to avoid stories that touch. MTN, what are we doing today?
You dey find ways to save your data. You go first start out with your apps. Delete apps wey you no dey use but other things go still dey. Some apps get data saver modes, make you activate them to control the data usage. You fit also go your setting make you off the auto updates them. Then make you also close apps wey you no dey use to save your data when you no dey use your apps. This small change go fit help you save your data well. Better tips, make we dey connect and enjoy our data use well. This message dey come from the Association of Licensed Telecom Operators wey join body with the Nigerian Communication Commission.
Guys, you need to check your NIN status. I cannot say this enough because the next batch of barring will start again soon. I know some of us have submitted our NIN multiple times, but your NIN has not been linked to your lines. Either because your picture on the MTN portal might be different from the one on your NIMC portal, or you got married and changed your name, or another person registered your line for you when you bought it, or you mistakenly used the wrong date of birth, and many other reasons. But don't worry, MTN has made it easier to link your NIN in just 2 minutes from the comfort of your home, office, or while you are on the move. No need to visit MTN office and join the queue. If you use a smartphone, you can visit nin.mtn.ng or dial *99. Will start again very soon. Link your NIN to avoid stories that touch. MTN, what are we doing today?
Hey there! Yes, you! You just won 5,000 Naira cash! And you, sitting by the side, there's 1 month Showmax subscription to watch the Premier League waiting for you! You behind! Of course! You're not left out! How does 1,000 Naira airtime and 2,000 Naira Uber discount sound? All this could come true when you buy the No Unwrap and Win pack. Open it, look for a cube with a 6-digit code on its wrapper, text the code to 8011 and follow the prompts to stand a chance to win any of these instant exorbitant prices. Promo valid from July till December. Terms and conditions apply. Get extra value on the Knorr Unwrap and Win Pack. Knorr, eat for good.
You dey find ways to save your data? You go first start out with your apps. Delete apps wey you no dey use but other things go still dey. Some apps get data saver modes, make you activate them to control the data usage. You fit also go your setting, make you fit help you save your data well. For more information, make you go your mobile operator website or consumer.ncc.gov.ng for better tips. Make we dey connect and enjoy our data use well. This message dey come from the Association of Licensed Telecom Operators wey join body with the Nigerian Communication Commission.
Hello, Twe. Hey, you just win 5,000 naira cash, and you wey sit down for corner. 1 month Showmax subscription to watch Premier League. They wait for you, and you for back. No fear, you sef dey inside am. How 1,000 naira airtime and 2,000 naira Uber discount sound for your ear? All these things fit happen if you buy no unwrap and win pack. Tear am open, find cube wey get 6-digit code for Aba, send the code go 8011 and follow wetin dem tell you, and you fit win any of these ogbonge prizes. This promo go dey from July go reach December.
Guys, you need to check your NIN status. I cannot say this NIN has not been linked to your lines. Either because your picture on the MTN board registered your line for you when you bought it, or you mistakenly used it from the comfort of your home, office, or while you are on the move. No need to visit *4# on your MTN line. Just follow the instruction and you are done in under 2 minutes. Remember, barring will start again very soon. Link your NIN to avoid stories that touch. MTN, what are we doing today?
Things seems anxious and uncertain. I understand. If there were
in our quest to bring to the table issue-based conversation around the Situation Room as we continue to build the narrative about public service and accountability.
Mr. President, this Senate needs to know. Mr. President, this Senate needs to lend its voice to the plight of these people. Mr. President, there is nowhere I can say it except here. This is why I'm elected. If I cannot say these things on this floor, sir, I better resign and leave.
As elections give the citizens the chance to make their political decisions, constant demand for quality leadership from those they voted into office.
Look at us, man, there is nothing. We are starving. Tinubu should please do something.
It's also important to having a Nigeria of everyone's dream. Join ʀᴏ as it takes to task seasoned analysts, opinion makers, business professionals, and politicians on issues around politics, policies, governance, and leadership every Monday to Friday from 4 to 5:30 p.m. on your super dial, Mainland 98.3 FM.
The sound of Lagos. I'm Sage Babalola. We've been having a rather interesting conversation since 4 o'clock up until this assembly, especially because plenary has resumed and we want to talk about the responsibilities ahead. We have too many problems on ground, problems that would obviously need the input of the National Assembly, because a lot of the decisions that are being made, decisions that affect us as a people, most of the time have to go through the National Assembly or has to be proposed by the National Assembly. Well, questions have been asked about their competence, especially the 10th Assembly, 16 months or thereabout of being in charge of taking care of the needs of those you're representing. So far so good. How well have they done in represent that have been leveled against them? How well or what have they done to prove that they are not complicit, especially when it comes to all of the misappropriations of the people's money or the taxpayers' money? Well, Barrister Tunji Abdulhamid did join us for about 60 minutes to have conversations about all of the factors I just laid on the table. Barrister Tunji Abdulhamid is a legal practitioner, he's a consultant, he's a notary public and a public. I want to hear what you have to say about the subject matter, because you and I are the ones affected the most by all of the operations, and also on Facebook and on YouTube where we're streaming the program live, by the way. Please drop your submissions via the live chat option at Mainland 98.3 FM. If you'd rather do WhatsApp or send a text message, for those of you that are not. Barrister Tunji, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me. My pleasure to be with you.
Yes, so we'll take phone calls now at 10. Hello.
My name is Chifu Gochufu.
Welcome.
Yes. Our problem, the honest truth, is that Nigeria population have grown above oil that we exported. And the Nigeria are not a poor. They are buying cars, buying jet and all this. Nigeria is poor. Nigeria is breeding now. That is the truth. It is shining in the Lagos Island and everywhere. Children of China, they are producing, bringing it here as a export, getting foreign exchange. Look at the way Naira, free fall of Naira. People are still complaining that things are higher. But I know what these things. Look at, people will tell you about, look at the election. I don't know the time is to start following politics in Nigeria. Since 1999, have you seen any election Nigeria did not complain about? Or anybody you say, this time is better in this country?
Thank you for calling, sir. Thank you so much for calling. We appreciate your insight. All right. All right, let's take another phone call. Hello.
Hello?
Yes.
We are on the radio.
You're from Mogba.
Yes, go ahead, sir.
We are not poor. I disagree with the first caller that said we are poor. How can we thank us as being poor? The money coming from oil, just like the barrister said there, it does not have any precise account. Has it been accounted for? The amount of oil that comes or food that comes from particular amount, the one that why is somebody saying we are poor? We have more than about 32 million resources in this country. We have bitumen,
Would you like to speak about the role of the Senate in all of this? That's what we're talking about this evening.
For me, I will talk about Senate. The Senate we are talking about, yes, they have done something. Now, they talk about changing national item, the national anthem. Is that not one of the top priorities that is that?
25 budget. That's what they said.
They are probably not yet there from 2025 budget. 2025 budget. The constitutional allowance they have been given, have they accounted for all the constitutional allowance they have been given? Have they been able to prove the budget? They left for almost 3 months. In questions to me now, can they do that in their own private life? They should live for it. Is the problem we are facing now? They are not talking about that. They are not setting up committees or
for calling, sir. We appreciate you for your insight. I would assume that most people who are calling probably did not start the program with us, because we're not necessarily speaking about the NNPC at this time. I do understand and I acknowledge that this is one of the biggest issues that we have at the moment. But then again, there are other corresponding matters that we should not ignore if we're serious about nation building. After almost 7 weeks of break, we have the National Assembly back together. They have highlighted what their core focus is going to be. They're asking the president to start to prepare to present the 2025 budget. They're going to begin, even when we're talking about supply and pricing of petrol, resumption of plenary and the responsibilities and the tax that is ahead of the National Assembly. Ise on Facebook, who says, "Good evening, Sage. As for me, we have the National Assembly that does not know their function. To me, the 10th Assembly is an extension of the executive. It's an assembly that is begging the executive to submit any bill available for approval. You call that one an assembly? That's an assembly national but local, and they're serving themselves. It's a pity." Benjamin from Shogule is the author of the message I just read. Constituted. The leadership is prejudiced as the executive cabinet spread. That signed all their wrongful amendments to the appropriation bills to do his bidding. Under the 16 years of the PDP, the spread was even, and even had the National Assembly rejecting a third term and querying budget padding. That is check. I seem to think that this is a party thing. Okay, it's your opinion. Case Holy, still on Facebook, says, "Good evening, Babalola. Please tell the barrister please tell the caller, I beg your pardon, that Nigeria is rich. Those money policies, FCC." All right, thank you very much. This doesn't have anything to do with what we're talking about this evening. Please, let's try to stay on point so we do not make a validation of our thoughts. Thank you very much for your understanding. Hello, good evening. We can barely hear you. Do you mind speaking up or taking?
Like we are saying, they have highlighted starting review and probing of oil something. It's that money they're after. What money cannot do, more money can do it. You see the role they played during the Edo election. They brought from their own chamber to increase the service year of National Assembly staff to 70 years and all that, 65 years and all that. Even president refused to sign it. And they don't have anything to do because they have to comply with whatever it's just an extension of the executive. What they have highlighted, the constitutional amendment, what progress have they made after a year that they accept all this? So there should be they are there for check and balance between executive and judiciary. So this judiciary will hear the pronouncement in many places, many areas. They need to amend the law. They don't. Executive is spending like anything, no query about it because they are getting their own like that. You cannot say that they give dissenting points. But all these APC people, it's APC affair, like somebody has just said. It's APC affair.
All right.
How they should prioritize.
Thank you so very much.
Thank you.
Yeah,
So God bless
good
you.
evening.
Good evening.
Yeah, this is Samuel calling from Keja. You can see another distraction that is coming from them after 3 months of reset. So that is what they went home to stay, spend like 3 months and come back now. The budget, the current budget the executive is operating, how many budget are they operating? Can the National Assembly tell us how many budget this current government is operating? Can they tell us? And they are talking about, and they play with people, the citizens of this country, as if maybe we don't know what we are doing. Do you remember what happened to one of the senators from Bauchi State, Senator Ningi, now recalls him back? Until today, the truth has not come out. And now they are telling us that they want to prove another. They are the one even telling the executive to prepare to submit the budget, 2025 budget. That is where they are into, not distract anybody. We are waiting for them 2024 or 2027. Let them not distract anybody. Let's wait for 2027. Thank you.
Thank you so very much for calling. We appreciate you. Hello.
Hello to our guest.
Yes.
You are me.
He's with us. Go ahead.
Okay. In our National Assembly, most of us know what is wrong. They are not on their own. They are not standing alone. They are not standing with their responsibility. They are doing the biddings of the executive. The CBN collecting money from CBN without approval from on the last day when the National Assembly, this new National Assembly want to work. They are supposed to go back and prove what was that money used for. Well, that is what is putting the whole country in problem today. The money, we cannot trace what that money was. Where are the roads? Where is the electricity? Where is the good head that the money are used for? Why did you vote for the president? Adibi is from another party. But it should have been in prison.
Appreciate you. Let's do a little bit of WhatsApp. I think we got a message here. We have good evening, Sage. As a matter of fact, we do not have a National Assembly, but individuals who are acting like errand boys for the executive. They're practically doing the Nigeria can move forward. James from Agbado Junction. Well, INEC has posted something up on their website, so you know the right way to recall 410. This is the last call we'll be able to take before we leave the studio. And so, good evening.
Yes, WG
Welcome.
You see, I listened to your guest. You made mention of some issues which I really want to. I don't know whether it's if Nigeria does not know how governance runs. You see, that question, we're all Nigerians. So, those that know how governance run, especially himself, what efforts do they do? He even made mention of something. Security vote for the governor, that it is not constitutional. You see, we are Nigerians. Most of you that some of them that they said they are learned people. This thing is wrong, but you are not did any effort to stop it. This is because the so-called constituency, funds. This Senate are collecting it in the Senate. That it is not legitimate, but the question is that those of you that know how the governance run, what effort do you do? This is that. Thank you.
We have to leave. All right, thank you. We have to go. Unfortunately, we're not able to take any more phone calls. Barrister, if you can, in a minute, wrap up your thoughts before.
Our generality. When the young Nigerians call people out to protest, how many people came out? So it's not about individuals. It's not something effort we are doing. Trying to educate people to ensure that people know the right and do the right thing. As long as we some people sit down in the houses and expect otherwise, we won't get any results. So what I'm saying later is that it's not only about few people, the big group of lawyers, duty of the activists or whoever they call them or whatever, or political party or politician. No, it's our everybody's job, everybody's business.
Thank you.
We need to work together to get results.
Thank you so much, Barrister. It's always a pleasure to have you. Have a fantastic day, and we look forward to talking to you again.
Thank you for having me.
Yes.
Thank you.
All right. Well, this is where we draw the curtains for this evening. We have the full bulletin of the news coming your way in just a few seconds. Actually, we are supposed to be airwaves soon enough.
Don't touch the dial.